Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I'm your host, BRL Exia 1984, and in the booth with me is the Tier 3 driver, Mr. Wrathful. You heard him last week. Here we are this week. Mr. Wrath, how are you today?
I'm doing good there, Axia. I'm here to see another good race as these guys are getting ready for a round of Japan, and we'll see how these guys can handle the one lap slap for their qualify before we come down to our feature race.
And I can't agree more with you. I mean, Japan is one of those tracks where, as technical, it's actually it's really an easy track because all you really, I mean, it's technical, but it's also easy. I lean more towards it being easy because once you break some of the things, it's just a quick, fast flowing. But here we go. We're riding along with Chandler Seta himself down the main straight up to turn one. He's sitting second. GK Phantom is hauling it up to turn one, but he's falling down the order. But Chandler is still, oh, here comes GK Phantom up to second. Chandler still in first. We're going to try to ride along with everything here with all the drivers and seeing how they fluctuate through this track. Chandler still sitting number one, Ferrari Nut 2, Taylor Clan 3, number one Fin Fan 72. Taylor Clan and Ferrari Nut battling it out. They had a really strong battle last week at Italy. To see how we're going to definitely see Taylor Clan has retired from the session. Looks like he crashed out. Ham Newton came out of nowhere. Same with Deer Hunter, throwing both cars up to second and third as they're bouncing around with number one Fin Fan, Mean Fern fifth, Ferrari Nut sixth, Webster seventh, Rhodes eighth, Phantom ninth, Candy King 10th, Sparky 11th, Capsmith 12th. There must be struggling here in Japan because I'm not really seeing a whole lot of their qualifying orders bounce around here.
Again,
But
maybe some
Chandler's
drivers
falling
just had some
down.
issues in some of the corners, and it's just really hurt their time. But yeah, it looks like Ham Newton is trying to run away with qualify as we're coming down into the end of Sector 3 here, into the hairpin. This is where they can make or break their entire lap. The
Yeah, Deer Hunter is sitting third. It's definitely a, ooh, here comes Ham. A little bit of a bounce towards, before he gets to the straight.
That bump,
Across the
man.
line, Ham puts it on pole. With a 140.6. Casper is disqualified. Chandler Seta sitting second. You got Deer Hunter third. Number one Fin Fan four. Mean Fern five. Now, what's really going to hurt this championship battle is Ferrari Nut sitting sixth. So that's definitely going to throw things
It's a
off there.
very wide first turn, and lots of moves can be made. Who knows? With traction, Ferrari Nut might still be able to put himself up into fourth and start a battle from the mid-pack. So, you never know.
Completely agree with you. As we wait for the drivers to start to get their stuff all settled out here in this race.
Yeah, in
See what we have
Japan,
here. We have
Suzuka is one of those good
Yes.
tracks for, well, yeah. It's just that it's in pretty much every racing game you got, so it's good. People will know its pace and know the bumps, know the lines. Ham Newton puts it on pole, only a tenth behind Chandler Seta with Deer Hunter, only another 2/10 behind.
Definitely going to be interesting to see because right now, I mean, the top five are only the top five's only less than 5/10 back from Ham Newton. And that could be just a minor thing there on the track. You know what I mean? Nothing too outrageous.
It might just come down to
Um,
what these guys might have set their tunes for specialty between the speed and between some of the more specialized corners of the track. Maybe some guys are just packing a little bit more for technical, and some guys are packing a little bit more top speed. But who knows? Maybe they're adjusting their setups coming down to race, trying to set up a different race pace, maybe adjusting some of that front wing.
Agreed. Another thing some of the drivers were talking about is what if there's rain? You know what I mean? It looks like it's dry now, but Japan is one of those tracks. I mean, any track it is. Is it going from dry to rain? Is that going to happen? We'll have to definitely keep an eye out for that.
I always love those mixed races, though. It always shows the ultimate pace of the drivers and who can call it best. Sometimes a whole race can be made or broken or just on making the right call on inters at the right lap.
Here we go. Ham Newton is on his way to warm up the tires with Chandler Seta falling back. He is going to be in second here on the formation lap. Deer Hunter third. Very strong performance out of him. Usually we see him like in the top 5, you know, like on the outside looking in. Good to see him up on that second row there with number 1 Fin Fan, one of the newer F2 drivers that we have. Definitely qualifying up there. But like last week, we saw Meanfern and Ferrari Nut 94, both drivers sitting 5 and 6 right here on the formation lap. What are they gonna do? I mean, what as a driver, what's your strategy, Rathful?
Well, again, with the difference of needing to save some of the tire for the sprint race, I'm definitely going to try and hold on to the softs as long as I can kind of do it. I'm imagining 5 or 6 laps before these guys start maybe looking at a different set of tires. So, again, it depends on where you want to go for deg, but this is definitely a soft medium track, and these guys won't have a whole hard time on deg, but if they're not careful, it can still overheat the tires if it's too hot out there with that sun. So
now, when you saying that it's a soft medium, there's one driver on the grid right now who is on mediums, and that is BRL Sparky, the man who won it all during Spa. And
there you go. Going for the invert.
It's maybe his time to shine at all, you know. Or, you know what I mean? It could be Taylor Clans. Taylor Clans starting 13th. Looked very strong with his teammate at Spa as well. But with him starting in the back and with the S's and with F2 cars having a very minimum amount of aero, as well as the traction is a lot different for these drivers, he may get a jump, you know, enough to go from 13th to 7th. You never know.
Now, that being said, with the different aero, the thing is, toe does make a bigger deal, and being on those mediums, maybe he can find the toe to hold himself close to these guys through his medium stint, to hold that position and get himself ahead to do a serious undercut for the softs against all these guys that will be jumping to the mediums.
Very true, very true. As we wait for the grid to form up here, here we go. We are waiting for the 5 lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are on. Wait for them to cut out, and they are off. Here they go. Very slow at the start. What an interesting start. Ooh, looks like
Fin Fan and Ferrari now are pushing each other wide. They're already going 3 wide into turn 1.
Definitely
Webster's trying to find himself on the outside, but yeah, just trying to hold himself back from this big fight going on ahead of him. These guys are trying to sort their way through, going too wide.
A lot of these drivers sticking their elbows out, not showing any space. Even though that there's a championship battle going on, these drivers, I mean, in my opinion, if a driver is battling for a podium or battling for a fight to win, I mean, I'm going to fight to win it. You know what I mean? It's you need to scrap up as many points as you. Yeah, you gotta win as many points as you possibly can. Taylor Clan, remember when I told you he could jump spaces, and he did from 13th to 10 here at the start of the first lap. As Meanfern is all over the rear of Deer Hunter, as Chandler is right behind him. Oh, Fin Fan making it past Ferrari. Where are they when they come out? Fin Fan's gonna have the outside of the apex. Will Ferrari not make the move? He's going to send it up the inside, but throws the car super deep.
I think both these guys have supreme pace, but fighting each other is not going to help them get ahead to everybody else, as they're just battling each other through the exit of Spoon. But, yeah.
That's true, but in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a driver, like, you know, Ferrari, when you made that move, even though you threw it deep down inside and you blew that corner, I mean, you really gained an advantage when you pulled out in front of Fin Fan personally. You know, we'll have to see if the stewards overlook at that. As GK Phantom has dropped down at least 2 spots. And Taylor Clan and BRL Sparky. BRL Sparky. Taylor Clan 9th, BRL Sparky 10th. As Deer Hunter makes his move on Chandler Seda. Getting past him in second place. See if Chandler, he's now going to fall back to the grips of Mean Fern here in Japan. But Ferrari Nut is definitely looking very racy here. They go through Chandler, the back end is breaking out here. Like you said, you know, trying to get these tires to last. Definitely going to be interesting to see. Ferrari Nut is all over the back end of Mean Fern. Here we go. We are lap 2 out of 15, and these drivers are just freight training all the way through this track.
There's a small gap from Webster and FinFan, but I'm wondering if he's just keeping a cautious distance from all the battling ahead. Might just be that strategy call of being conservative. Again, it's not necessarily saying I'm going to let other drivers by, he's just going to be defensive, which, you know, that's the opposite route. You can either be super aggressive or super defensive and try to hold that position, hold that gap for DRS, but it seems it's a little bit hard with FinFan and Ferrari Nut as the drivers ahead, as they do have quite a bit of pace as they're trying to tackle each other down into that hairpin corner. Let's see if these guys will get some pace, see if they can get ahead. As Chandler's on the back of Deer Hunter, he's going to look for a move on the outside. As Deer Hunter's hugging the wall. Go too wide in turn 1. As Deer Hunter blocks well, and Deer Hunter holds his position.
Now here's the thing, you know, Chandler wasn't expecting to fall back that much to Deer Hunter when he had a little bit of the mix-hap there, but this is allowing Ham Newton to pull out a 1.5 second gap. Now, even though Ham doesn't really have anybody in front of him who use like a DRS to help pull or stretch that when it does get to the DRS zone, I mean, it's not helping any of the other drivers because right now Ham Newton is 1.4 to 1.5 seconds ahead of Deer.
He's definitely a driver you don't want to let him walk, because he's got the pace to run away with it if you let him. So I'm sure all these guys, especially Chandler, is looking at that saying, I need to get ahead of Deer and I need to chase him down. Can't let him run away. So
we had a yellow sector 3.
It's Webster.
Looks, oh.
Unfortunately.
What
looks like he's lost it into the hairpin. I don't know if that was contact or if maybe he just got into neutral or first gear and it just kept him wide. Looks like he's still got his full wing.
We're going to drop down with Sparky. Sparky is trying to make something happen on SF1 roads. Down the back straight they go. Sparky's going to try the outside. He's going to make it stick on roads with those medium compound tires.
It's Ferrari Nut, and they're going side by side.
FinFan. Here they go. Ferrari Nut, the back end is getting a little squirrely on them on the back straight. Here
they have DRS. Well, they have Mean Fern, though.
FinFan's looking. Back. He's trying to bait him. Into turn 1 they go.
He might have done it. He's got the inside look, but just can't get around in time.
The issue is Mean Fern is there. Mean Fern is giving him the DRS. Mean Fern's dropped back to the front 3 to 1.8 seconds, which isn't helping Ferrari Nut here in the championship standings. Because right now with the championship standings, Ham Newton is 31 points ahead of Ferrari. So as long as Ham Newton sets fast lap and keeps Ferrari Nut back there in that 5th place,
and Ferrari Nut's going for a move on Mean Fern. As they're going into the hairpin corner, Ferrari Nut's going to take the outside line. Going to go for the switchback, try to take the inside. And it's a fight for traction, but they're going to battle this one all the way into Spoon.
Gets it. Here they go. Ferrari Nut all over the gearbox. Will you send it? He's going to send it.
Takes the inside line, light tap,
risky.
pushes him out just a bit, but fairly clean. Light tire touch. I don't mind those that bad. Or those over wing.
Yes, that's true. Here goes FinFan.
He's going to make a dive on Mean Fern.
On the inside, Mean Fern defends. He's trying to switch back, trying to make something happen.
wasn't an Albon and didn't just hit him off like
Ooh,
poor old
he
Lando
switches
Norris.
back.
He's
He
gonna
goes
get
on
the
deep
DRS
on the
though.
inside. DRS
They
is on
both
the
have
inside.
DRS.
He's on the inside. Through
As they
turn
both
1 they
dive for the
go.
corner, into turn 1, turn 2.
Here he goes.
As they're side by
He's gonna
side.
throttle.
As they're gonna battle this all the
Oh.
way through, a light touch.
A little bit of
And
grass.
Meanfern's gonna yield a bit. He's gonna go for a switchback. He's trying to get the other side of FinFan. He's not gonna let it go. He's gonna fight this one all the way.
FinFan knows if he wants to compete with Ferrari, he needs to keep pushing as much as he can. He's gonna have to throw out the, go out there and fight the gauntlet. But Meanfern is saying, hey, you know what? I need to catch you.
And this
Here
is
they
just
go.
playing to
GK
Sparky's
Phantom's
hand,
dove
who's
into the
now
pits. Yeah.
he's only a second behind these guys. He just needs to get DRS and start climbing his way up through while everyone else only has a 2-second gap. Hopefully,
Yeah.
when these softs start falling off, he'll gain an advantage and get some more positions. But moved up to 7th so far, as Taylor Clan, Phantom, and Webster have already jumped to the medium so far.
So now that we have at the order of 5 out of 15 laps, it's Ham Newton who's leading the charge here with Chandler Seda, who's finally got past Deer Hunter and pulled out a gap. Deer Hunter 3rd, Ferrari Nut is sitting 4th. Number one FinFan 72 is 5th. Mean Fern is 6th. BRL Sparky, Canada King has crashed out. Now, is that going to give us a safety car?
I see a full yellow. I think that's a safety car. Or
It is a safety car.
It is.
Ferrari Nut has dove into the pits.
Is that going to screw over Sparky's strategy, though?
No,
Because now
Sparky's
these
staying
guys-
out. He's sitting 4th now.
Yes, but now he can't run ahead. With this safety car, he's not going to get that gap he needed to make the medium to soft set work.
True. That is very true. We're in the pits with SF1 Roads. Caspita dives in the pits. Taylor Clan's already was in the pits.
Now, did Ham Newton, Chandler, and Deer Hunter miss the chance to get to the pit, or did they just refuse the option?
They missed the chance to pit, but it's a long way around the grid, around the track to pit.
Does that mean Ferrari Nut and FinFan are possible leaders for this race, as those top 3 need a pit and Sparky still needs to pit for softs? So it's a real toss-up on who's going to be able to take this.
Taylor Clan dives back into the pits, but what is he going to go to? That is the question. Is he going to go back to the softs? Webster dives into the pits, even on 1 lap old mediums.
Maybe getting a wing adjustment.
That could be. Looks like Taylor Clan is staying on the medium compound tires, possibly had a wing adjustment.
It's going to take the time to serve a 5-second penalty or something like that. Why not?
Well, these front runners have 20 seconds, a little bit under 20 seconds, until Ferrari Nut gets to them. And they're just coming through 130R. So they could literally dive into the pits. If the pit lane is fast enough, they could dive into the pits and get out, and hopefully in time to beat them.
I just don't think so. But they're going to try.
Here they go. They're diving into the pits.
They're going to try.
Here they go,
I think. And Sparky's following them in. I think Ferrari Nut has the lead, though. As he doesn't want to get a penalty for speeding, but he's going to be our new number 1. And FinFan is going to take this fight into number 2. And Meanfern is now moved up to our P3 spot after all their battling.
Now, with Sparky, he's going to start 7th, but he's going to be on those soft compound tires. Oh, down to 8th, which is going to give him... And he managed to jump Deer Hunter in the pit rotation.
Again, maybe chasing down Chandler on those mediums, who does have the pace with Ham Newton ahead of him. Sparky might be able to just grab an amazing toe off these guys in DRS and be able to just kind of slingshot his way around.
Now, the thing that we haven't talked about is this rivalry that has gained in Japan is the one of Ferrari Nut and FinFan 72. We saw Ferrari Nut try to make the move. Yes, he sent it. Yes, he went off the track. But he also went onto the track ahead of FinFan. Question is FinFan going to do the same to Ferrari Nut? Is he going to send it to him? Kind of like
I'm
a
sure
reminder,
there's going to be battling. I'm sure there's going to be battling.
As we wait for the safety car to time out, it'll be definitely something to see there. Right now, let's see what we've got. We go through the order here. In the championship standings, we've got Ham Newton sitting at the top. Ferrari Nut second. Mean Fern is 3. Chandler Setta is 4. B-Dunk is not with us today. But we have Sparky, who is 6. Taylor Clan 7th. Caspita 8. Hoopalicious couldn't make it today, so he is 9th. Deer Hunter 10th. Boss Cube, he couldn't make it with us. SF1 Roads 12th. Phantom 13th. Webster 14th. Whiffy Winner couldn't make it with us. Cannon King DNF and Skeppy and Ritzy Raccoon couldn't make it here with us tonight as well. We missed them.
Well, Skeppy's got his wheel issue. I'm sure he's not wanting to try F2 on a pad. Even for me, that's a line too far.
But sometimes in life, you just gotta eat it. You just gotta send it. I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says that. Just gotta eat it.
BRL, gotta eat it. That's the way it is.
Pretty much. So here we go. Lap 8 out of 15. See if the safety car, it should be coming in this lap. Overall, how is this race for you, Wrathful? And, for the audiences, we're waiting for Webster to finally make it around the track and catch up the safety car. I mean, overall, what is your thoughts on this race?
It's been an interesting one. Safety car right at the middle point definitely throws a screw into many strategy plans, so it's interesting to see what might happen from this point on.
Very
definitely
true,
have Sparky in that weird position. Now that he's possibly saved tire for the next run, he could sit in 8th and maybe hold on to first position for the sprint, or he's going to try and gain a few more positions and still hold possibly a front row or a close to the front row for the next run. But I see Phantom up there and Rhodes up there looking to score some good points. So I want to see what's going to happen from them. I would like to see Phantom do well after disconnecting in Italy. See if he can maybe score some more points after he would have been on pole or first for the sprint race, but unfortunately couldn't go for it, so yeah. Deer Hunter's all the way moved down to the back. I'd like to see him move back up again. Kind of.
We have the safety car in this lap. See how far Ferrari Nut tries to back the field up and pull an advantage here on FinFan and the rest of the grid. But FinFan is definitely warming up his tires. He gives them a little love tap saying, hey, guess what? I'm still back here. You ain't getting anywhere. Here they go as they start. Deer Hunter gets a 5-second time penalty, exceeding track limits. FinFan
Rhodes has
all
cold
over the
tires.
gearbox.
He goes off.
Here he goes. FinFan on the inside of Ferrari Nut. Is he going to make it stick? Is he sending it? He sends it. Ferrari Nut had nothing on him.
And he's into
Here goes
as well.
Meanford. Ham Newton gets past GK Phantom.
And Phantom takes him back.
Phantom's looking very racy.
And Ham Newton comes back through again. And Chandler's pushing.
Phantom just gets the grass. He's the lawnmower for the day. Here they go. Ham Newton is trying to chase down the front runners of Mean Fern, Ferrari Nut, and FinFan. Number 72. Chandler in
Sparky's
tow.
on the back of Chandler. He's up to 6th. He's on the softs.
Here goes Sparky. Can Sparky make a last-minute effort to win the race on the soft compound tire? Deer Hunter has accumulated 8 seconds of time penalties. We're going to jump back up to the leaders. Where are we at? Mean Fern all over the back of Ferrari Nut. Ferrari Nut not knowing what to do. Ferrari Nut trying to figure out some way to make some pace. It seems like he does not have really the pace on those medium compound tires like a lot of the other drivers do, because FinFan is still 7/10 ahead of him and is trying to pull on him as much as possible. We're going to drop down with Sparky. Sparky looking extremely racy right behind Chandler. Is he going to try something at 130R? He's not.
Ham Newton's just trying to claw back that 2-second gap to the leaders. Desperately just trying to get it in close, but that toe is just going to keep Chandler in the mix as well with Sparky.
FinFan sets a new fast lap. He takes that away from Ham Newton. Looks like Meanfern running very wide through turn 1.
It's Deer Hunter and Taylor Clan are fighting into turn 2, into turn 3 now.
Taylor Clan showing the door to Deer Hunter, saying goodbye, check you out later. As they go through, Sparky still all over the back end. Deer Hunter losing a little bit with the F2. He was right on the back end. Kind of dropped about 5/10.
He's having a harder time around Japan, I think.
Here we go. Sparky still 3/10 behind Chandler. Chandler 3/10 behind Ham Newton. These drivers are trying to chase the front runners down. FerrariNet has he really hasn't gained a whole lot on the front runner of FinFan number 72. Question is, how much does Sparky still have in those soft compound tires in the last 5 laps to push?
I think they'll make it. I think that'll be the full life of the softs, but I think they'll make it.
I think he'll make it as well, but the question is how much does he still have left in the tank to push that, to try to make something happen? As we jump
Consider the fact
here,
that a lot of his laps were under safety cars, so he still probably has good deg to go through. Sparky gets a 5-second time. Oh man, that's not going to help his case at all.
Not at all. Here they go. Chandler on the back of Ham. Ham on the back of Fern. Here they go. Ham's looking on the inside possibly. Is he going to make it happen? He doesn't. He checks up right behind, and they just freight train through up to the S's. Ooh, looks like they're playing bumper cars. Ooh, I think the tap that Ham Newton
lost
did,
it.
I think it was when they all came into turn 2. Ham Newton just tapped the back end of it on accident and possibly unsettled the car and threw Meanfern down the order. So now that's going to put FinFan, FerrariNet, Ham Newton. FerrariNet doesn't want to see Ham right behind him. It's not going to help him with the championship standings. But FerrariNet needs Chandler to get past him. If FerrariNet ever needed a friend, it was Chandler and Sparky right now to push and push to get past.
Yes.
As Meanfern receives a 3-second time penalty, that's like rubbing dirt into the wounds. What a shame.
Now he's got roads all on the back of him too as well. It's just
down.
More and more.
Now, Fern could dive back into the pits, go to the softs, and just use those soft compound tires at least to try to pull that fast lap away from the top runners and just try to, do something there. As we see FerrariNet is now 7/10 back from FinFan.
It looks like Chandler's on the back of Ham Newton, and Sparky's got DRS as well, but he's going to be a little bit farther back. But Chandler's got DRS on Ham Newton. Ham Newton goes for the defensive line. Chandler's going to have the outside, and he's going to have the speed to do it.
Chandler makes it stick.
Now he's looking at a 3-second gap to FerrariNet, who's closed in a little bit on FinFan, but only about half a second.
I apologize.
Chandler is really pushing. He's already set a purple sector 1. He might be going for a fast lap on the mediums.
Here they go.
As he's pushing to get close to Ferrari Nut. He wants to close in that 3-second gap, already down to 2.7. He wants to see if he can make something before the end. Ham Newton probably saying the same and just wants Chandler to get up there.
Fin Fan
They
gets a
both have
3-second
pace.
time penalty. What a shame. That's going to put him in second. But, you know, anything can happen here because, you know, Fin Fan, 3-second. That'll drop him to second place.
Chandler and Ham are on 1 lap pressure mediums, and Sparky's on the softs, so that might be a pretty rough call.
We'll have to keep an eye on where Ferrari Nut is. Do not believe Ferrari Nut has a time, but Chandler now snags away the fastest lap of the race.
I told you he was pushing for one. He's trying to catch Ferrari Nut with everything he's got. He's huffing and puffing and doing everything.
Yeah, both drivers are. Ooh, we have a yellow sector one.
Taylor Clan has been spun off. I don't know if that was contact with Deer Hunter.
I don't know, but right now we have Ferrari Nut right over the back of Fin Fan, chasing down. He's now 3/10. This is the closest he's been for a while. Is he gonna send it again? Is he gonna try to do the old Senna statement? If there's a gap, go for it.
He's gonna go for it. He's got to go for it. I'm sure he's gonna wait for the final lap where DRS matters and not give Fin Fan a chance to fight back. That's the call I would do, but who knows?
Fin Fan taking the outside line. Ferrari Nut checks up and says, "Nope, not right now." Tries to get a run.
And Ham Newton checks up behind Chandler as well, and Despoon, as they're both having a battle 3 seconds apart, almost mirrored battle.
Here we go. Ferrari Nut less than 2/10. Fin Fan 130R.
Ham Newton goes for a dive. He backs out of it as he locks up the tire a bit, lets Chandler go. And trying to hold on
Ferrari
to
Nut gets
DRS.
past Fin Fan. Down the main straight they go. They are drag
Ferrari
racing.
Nut's got DRS.
Here goes Fin Fan. Question is Fin Fan going to make the move on Ferrari Nut to ruin his day? Now Fin Fan does have a 3-second time penalty.
It's only a second behind. With Ham Newton right there, it's going to be a battle for 1 to 4 on our final lap.
Thing is, Fin Fan has a 3-second time penalty, and that 3-second time penalty right now already puts Chandler second, Ham Newton third. Ooh, Fin Fan loses the back end just a hair. He's going to fall back just a little bit to Chandler. Ham. He's on the back of Chandler. What's he gonna do?
Just gonna wait. He's gonna wait a little bit longer. He's looked at that corner twice and said no. I'm sure he's looking for a move eventually, though. Chandler's gonna have DRS probably on Fin Fan and Ferrari Nut coming this time for lap 15 down the pit straight. So this will be a fight for the final lap.
Ooh,
as Ham Newton makes the move into third.
Here they go onto the main straight. Chandler gets a better run. But Ham's going to have DRS.
Chandler has got DRS as well. He's just not popped it.
Ham Newton makes it around a little. No, he doesn't. Here they go through the S's side by side.
He's going to go for the switchback. He's coming along the side again. They're side by side.
What a beautiful racing between two professionals as they go.
Ham Newton's going to go for another switch. He's just trying to hold on to Chandler as he comes up on along his side again, not letting him go, saying, I'm right here. As they're going into the corner, Ham's trying to give each other some professional room.
stick. If these two drivers keep battling it out the way they are, FinFan, as long as they get more than 3 seconds, I mean,
yep,
FinFan could keep
that's
second.
That's gonna make the difference.
Here they go. Ham Newton has separated the gap to 4 tenths. We're going to drop down. Mean Fern on the back end of Deer Hunter.
He's going to want to make a move into Spoon.
Mean Fern's trying on the outside. Deer Hunter covers the inside. Kind of does a little bit of a wiggle under braking. Kind of throws Mean Fern off. Deer Hunter all into the gravel. Deer Hunter loses it. It's going to allow Mean Fern past. Chandler trying everything he can to switch back and make it stick on.
As Ham Newton loses traction a bit, and that's going to give Chandler just enough to sneak through right at the end over the line.
There you have it.
Oh,
Ferrari
that bump is lethal.
94 takes the win here in the feature race for F2 with Chandler second, Ham Newton third, FinFan fourth. BRL Sparky moves up a good amount to fifth. Mean Fern taking the 6th place, SF1 Road 7th, Deer Hunter 8th. See where we got Phantom. Phantom crosses the line at 9th. Webster making his way around. Across the line, Webster goes to 10th. As Taylor's trying to
look at that fastest lap.
Can he get it? We're going to watch him.
I'm hoping he can on the softs, but
didn't look like he purpled sector 2, but he's 1.1 seconds faster right now. Through the last corner, back in, getting a little squirrely. He saves it though.
I'm telling you, man, those bumps are ruthless. I can't believe these guys can handle that. In F1, it's hard.
Well, these drivers some of them are the best of the best that we have. And there you have it. Ferrari wins the feature race at the Japanese Grand Prix with Chandler finishing second and Ham Newton third. Just want to say congratulations to those drivers. As we jump ahead and take a look at the final finishing order of the feature race before we get started. So there you have it. Ferrari takes first. Chandler finishes second, but he has the fastest lap of the race. Excuse me, apologize. So he's going to get some extra points there. Ham Newton finishes third. FinFan fourth. Sparky fifth. Mean Fern sixth. What a wonderful recovery race. Started fifth, finished sixth. That's very good. BRL Sparky is definitely one of the bigger movers here. SF1 Roads 8th, started 8th, finished, SF1 Road 7th, started 8th, finished 7th. Deer Hunter, the biggest faller here, started 3rd, finished 8th. Phantom 9th, started 9th. Webster 10th, Taylor Klein 11th, Casper the 12th, and Canada King who DNF 13th. As we wait for the drivers to...
I feel bad for Sparky. Look at that. He would have done so much better without that safety car. Going from 11th to 5th already, so...
Sometimes
he was already on a good strategy.
He was.
That's the way she goes.
Yep. Here we go as we wait for the sprint race, as the drivers are going to select the tires that they want to.
Gotta say, Ferrari not coming from 6th to 1st. Told you, he can fight out of the mid-pack just as good as anybody else. These drivers are some of the best at overtaking and doing the job when it needs to be done, so goes to show you.
Now, that's true, but the question is how much of that is going to play a factor, like I've been saying, you know what I mean, with stewarding report. I know it sounds bad, but, the move that he did make on FinFan was very controversial. How much is that going to bite him? You know what I mean? I understand, you got to send it when you can.
Good question. It's a good question. I get it too. When you're in the race, you just send it because you got to, and you're in the moment. So sometimes hindsight 2020, where you say, that's a bit of a dumb move.
And the formation lap is started with the one driver who was looking very racy at the start of the feature race, which was Deer Hunter. He's going to start up in pole position for the sprint. And he's kind of just moving. He just wants to get the race going. SF1 Rhodes is second, Mean Fern third. BRL Sparky is going to start fourth. FinFan fifth. Now he's going to start ahead of Ferrari Nut. Ham Newton is going to start ahead of Ferrari Nut in sixth. Chandler is going to start ahead of Ferrari Nut. So now all these drivers who were faster than Ferrari Nut, when the safety car didn't come out, are all ahead of Ferrari Nut. Now we know Ferrari Nut's a very fast driver. But if there's no safety car, what's Ferrari Nut going to do? We have 11 laps to see. GK Phantom is going to start ninth ahead of Webster and Taylor Clan, Caspita, and Canada King. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Right now, one of the faster top runner drivers, Deer Hunter, starting ahead of someone like SF1 Rhodes. I mean, Deer Hunter may be able to make the move and pull away from everybody, and SF1 Rhodes may help him out. You know what I mean? Being one of the midfield F2 drivers, he may slow that pack behind him down to where, you know, Deer Hunter's really not going to have a chance. You know, he's going to slow him down to where Deer Hunter's going to have a chance to just pull on him. Or, you know...
And my question is, are some of these guys going to have a hard time on pace? Because it seemed like after the restart with cold tires, some of these guys have a hard time, and it doesn't look as sunny as our first race. I'm not sure it's going to rain, I wouldn't say that, but it's definitely overcast. These guys are going to have a cooler track and a harder time with temps in those tires. So, we'll see.
Well, we do see Deer Hunter really warming up his tires, really trying to get at... It looked like FinFan or someone fully sent it into that corner.
I believe it was Chandler.
Chandler sent
but
the car
I don't
through the
know
corner.
100%, but I'm pretty sure it was Chandler. I don't know what happened there. I think he might have locked it up when he was just trying to heat up his tires and brakes, and maybe just sent it in the gravel. Didn't want to disqualify himself or anybody else. So.
Here we go, waiting for the 5 lights. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we are off, and here we go. Let's see what happens. Rhodes super slow off at the start. Sparky makes it past him. Fern makes it past him. Deer. Rhodes moves out of the way. What a shame. He should be in there battling.
I think he got bumped off.
FinFan trying to pull from Ham Newton. Chandler getting past Ferrari Nut. Ferrari Nut falling back. He's trying to take the fight back to Chandler. They go. Right now there's a massive battle of Ferrari Nut trying to make it up. He wants to finish this overall in this race. What can happen? That is the main story today.
A lot less moves than in the first race for lap 1. A lot of these guys seem to be a lot more aggressive into the feature than into the sprint.
That's very true. As we go through Ham Newton, he's looking at FinFan all over the gearbox.
And Sparky's looking at the back of Deer Hunter as well. These guys are all really closing in the gap. Mean Fern's right on the back of them. Just a huge train going down. But Sparky might be trying to make the move.
He's trying to get Deer Hunter to make a switch, but it doesn't work. Sparky's trying to
go for the dive on the inside. He locks it up nicely. Nice and close, but not quite.
Very nice, strong defense. Fern spins it just a little bit.
Oh, it's problem behind.
Now that's going to slot Ham Newton up. Deer Hunter sets a new fast lap. Sparky on the inside of Deer. Deer giving him the door all the way down the back straight. Here they go. Sparky locking it up just a hair, trying to get a better run into turn 1 and 2. They go. SF1 Rhodes slots down. Fern slots down. GK Phantom slots down. We're getting a lot of reshuffling in the order of the drivers. But right now we have this massive battle up in the front. Chandler falls down to 13th. He's behind Canada King.
With some time to spare, too.
Here goes Sparky. Can Sparky pull out a win ahead of everybody?
You got Ham Newton on his back barking with Ferrari not too far behind. That won't be easy to deal with. But if he can push his way around Deer Hunter, that might be enough to help him get through this.
Here goes Sparky onto the straight.
Yeah, but Casper
He's trying it on the outside. He doesn't make it stick. Through the 130R they go.
Deer Hunter locks it up into chicane.
Sparky gets a beautiful run out of the last corner.
As Casper hits the back of Rhodes, it's going to throw his traction off. It's going to make him somewhat prey for Mean Fern. He's going to slide himself ahead. As
DRS is now enabled. The front three are pulling and Ferrari Nut can't keep up. Here they go. Sparky has Hammond all over his gearbox. Can these drivers get past Deer Hunter? We go through. Ham is still all over the back
battling it. Yeah.
Webster has fallen behind. Casper gets a 3-second time penalty. Looks like Ferrari Nut gets an amazing run on Ham Newton. He's trying the outside. Ham doesn't look like Ham is going to defend on the inside. Ooh,
they're going to go side by side in the spoon.
Closes the door, but Ham locks it up and spins.
Off, and he gets tapped by, I think, his teammate, Mean Fern. I don't know if that's caused him wing damage. Now they both will have to double stack for wins, which is even worse. That's just insult to injury.
Mean Fern gets past Casper, but now DRS is open, and we know Sparky is going to be right behind Deer Hunter. So the question is, what's Sparky going to do here?
Deer Hunter goes down to the wall to defend himself. Not going to let Sparky get a chance.
Here's Sparky go. Mean Fern gets a 3-second time penalty.
Ham Newton's into the pit. Looks like Mean Fern's gone out for another lap to allow Ham Newton to get a new wing.
As Chandler and Phantom, we're battling it out, but we're going to jump back on board with Sparky here.
Chandler's is fighting with Casper and Mean Fern, and Phantom's through with Mean Fern. I mean, as they're now battling a three-way battle into the hairpin corner.
Mean Fern has that wing damage, but he's just trying to stick it out as much as he possibly can.
That's Webster off again. He's got himself back going, but
oh, here goes Phantom on the inside.
Mean Fern's not going to have the wing to be able to handle the corner. He's going to back out of it and drop some speed. That leaves Phantom to try and chase down Chandler
Here goes
again.
Sparky on the outside of Deer Hunter. Can Sparky make it stick?
Oh, they
Deer Hunter
touched. Deer Hunter's
spins!
off.
Deer Hunter spins!
Deer Hunter's off. He's into the wall. That's wind damage. Oh no. He's out, I think. Oh no, he's good. He's good. Just had to get.
He has retired
Oh,
from the session. Webster has retired from the session. What a shame
is
out
that
of both
going
of those
to
drivers.
be a
That
safety
is.
car?
I do not believe so, but anything is possible here in Codemasters F1 2019. A lot of people, that corner is, what I mean? It's a corner where you've got to send it if you're feeling risky to try it.
Oh, I've sent it 3 wide into that corner several times, man. That turn 1
and it's just...
You have to. It's so wide and so daunting. You have to.
Of course.
And unfortunately, that's what's going to happen.
Especially, we saw Deer Hunter's car lock up just a hair in it. And I think that's just over-rotated his car and then sent it into the, into a spin. And when that happens, there's nothing you can really do. But now with that out of the mix, now what's going to happen? Fin Fan, he's only 1.1 seconds behind Ferrari Nut. Sparky's on a little freight train right now. He knows Ferrari Nut's faster behind him, but Sparky is also he's had his very quick moments here, and anything can happen.
Hey, 1 time penalty and we'll shape the podium again.
As Fin Fan sets the new fast lap, here goes Ferrari Nut. He's going to look to send it on the inside, and he does send it up on the inside, but Chandler now has the fastest lap. Here's Sparky making a beautiful run on Ferrari Nut after turn 1. He's looking very racy.
Hopefully all this battling pulls Taylor playing a little bit closer to a podium position, but Taylor's been running a really good race as well.
He has.
7 positions already.
A very strong race after the performance that he had in the feature. It's very good to see him kind of bounce back, head down, kind of focus on his job and race. It's definitely good to see that. Right now, our closest battles we have are 1 through 3 here of laps 6 out of 11.
Only got 5 to go left. And Sparky is just right on the back of Ferrari Nut out of Spoon, just trying to get a good line to maybe fight him into the hairpin.
He does have a very good line. Definitely be interesting to see if he can hold that all the way through up to the main straight and just kind of like, just say, hey, I'm still here. I'm no slow driver. Here they go. On the brakes, Sparky all over the back of him as they come onto the main straight. I noticed
for Sparky, he's gaining.
Is he gonna send it? He
Down
looks
the
on the
inside.
And I've noticed that Ferrari Nut is running a lot lower wing than what Sparky's running. Seems like Sparky can handle these S's so much more better, and so much more in traffic than what Ferrari Nut can. It seems like Ferrari Nut's more, his setup is more of, you pop the DRS open and you send it. It looks like SF1 Roads is falling back to
that's the difference in Japan, where you can have that varying difference if you want more straight line or if you want more technical speed for the cornering. So that's the trade-off of Japan. And Chandler Sada's had more issues. He's fallen back into 10th with another spin. I don't know if that was from contact or not, but not going to help him out for this race.
No, it's not. Especially when you're trying to get past some of the slower midfield drivers. As he's gotten past Canada King, which is good. I mean, which hopefully he can kind of put his head down. It still looks like Mean Fern still has that wing damage. It does. Hopefully he's able to just push a little bit harder and make that up. The Sparky's still 4/10 back to Ferrari Nut coming into the last chicane. We're 7 out of 11 going up to about lap 8 here. so far, how do you think this sprint race has gone, Rathwell?
Hey, some surprise things. I didn't think Caspita and Taylor Clan would make it up there. Same with Ferrari now. He's really fought his way through the pack as all three of them have moved up 7 positions so far. So you got some really interesting guys that have really just popped their way through the rest of the pack, either via there's been collisions and accidents, or they just been battling their way through. So that's the wonderful thing about F2. Lots of things can happen.
I 100% agree with you. It is definitely interesting. I mean, Deer Hunter was looking very strong through the sprint race. What a shame.
Because Chandler's off again, and Canada King's back in the 9th. But yeah, I wonder if Rhodes will be able to get back to Caspita with that
Well, right now
gap
he's
still
about
there
he's
for
about
5-6.
a second gap, and definitely needs to push a little bit harder and show a little bit more pace. We know he's a fast driver. We know he has what it takes to take the fight up there. We just need to see him do that.
Always telling me to put out my elbows. He never does it himself. What a guy.
Well, now it's your chance to tell him. As BRL Sparky has fallen back to about 8/10 to Ferrari nut. We'll have to keep an eye on his pace, but right now Canada King is reeling in Meadfern for that 8th place finish. As we're 9 laps out of 11. Now he's 6/10. We're going to drop down to Canada King and see where he's at. Here they go. Down the back straight. Can Canada King get past Meadfern? 5/10 back. As Canada King just yeets it through the 130
He's trying to follow Meadfern's line, but I don't know if Meadfern's got damage still.
He does.
He does. That's what you shouldn't be following his line. That's a good call. Yeah. A little bit of a mistake. Again, I've done that several times. You get into the hypnosis of another guy's line, it just throws you off.
Meadfern gets a 3
Meadfern
second.
gets a 5-second time. A 3-second, yeah. Not a 5-second, my bad. That's not going to help him out.
Here goes Canada King. He looked into there. He poked his nose in there. What can he do?
He's going to poke again.
Can he switch back? Is he going to do the switchback?
No, Meadfern defends.
Here we go. We have a battle for 8th place. And guess who's right behind them? Chandler Seda is right behind them. Hopefully Chandler doesn't ruin this as Canada King throws it in the gravel. But Chandler locks up. Now, is this going to help out Canada King? Will Chandler open the door big enough to fit him and Chandler? Oh, Canada King sends it.
A little bit wide.
He sends it with the end plate on Chandler.
A little bit deep.
Wow. What a move. And Canada King is just all over the place. Cutting grass and everything here.
Now he's got the wing damage, which
So
Chandler
does
also
Chandler.
has. So that's not going to help him yet.
Caspita sets the new fast lap. As Caspita is now 5/10 back behind Taylor Cliff. And here goes Chandler down the inside. Chandler, Canada King still holding. Canada King's trying to switch back. He loses it and just sends it wide through 130 yard. But we're going to quickly jump back up to FinFan as FinFan is all over the back of the gearbox of BRL Sparky. He's 3/10 back now.
And Caspita is trying to make a final run at Taylor Clan for the final lap, so everybody's got a battle on the back of their heels.
Here they go.
As FinFan gets a deep dive on Sparky, he doesn't get the traction that Sparky does.
FinFan loses
And he goes
it.
wide, taking out his wing. And Taylor Clan's going to move up into 3rd.
Definitely
And he's going to go
help
wide
up
as well, grabbing a lot of grass. And that's going to slot Caspita into 3rd.
Now SF1 Rhodes, here he comes. He's going to slot up to
And
5th.
he's going to make them. There you go, just like that.
Chandler gets past Meadfern. Oh, and they are battling it out. We're going to drop down here and see this battle as they go through. Up to Spoon. Is Chandler going to send it? Chandler does send
a light
it.
tap,
Locks up,
and that's
light
a
tap.
touch.
And they both go wide. But Chandler doesn't take full true advantage. Yeah, just a little bit he does. As they go through, but Chandler kind of gives it back.
That's just going to help Canada King.
He gives back the position. He knows, hey, you know what? That wasn't really fair of me. Let's just keep racing on. But now Chandler's going to try it right in through the 130R. Here goes Meanford down on the inside of Chandler. They are side by side. Very respectful driving, even though that there was a small tap. Both drivers, understanding, the respects of the racing and, not trying to make a move a dirty way. Here goes Chandler. He's going to try it on the outside. Meanford shuts the door.
Oh, another tap.
They are just, you're letting the anger out in the cars to the other car. They're fully just doing that.
Hey, I know how that goes.
It's like Vettel.
Today, so,
it's like Vettel and Lewis Hamilton from Baku, but in F2 cars. Here they go. Chandler trying to make his way around Meanfern here on the final lap. He's just sticking his nose in, goes across the grass, tries to use it. Meanfern defends, closes the door. Chandler on the inside makes it stick. Canada King is there. Canada King kind of gives Meanford a little bit of a push. Like, here you go, buddy. You two battle it out for me. Down into the hairpin they go. Meanford gets the inside.
Canada King grabs the curb. Doesn't get the traction to battle these guys out of the corner.
Ferrari
but that 3-second time penalty.
BRL Sparky second. Taylor Clan slots himself up on the podium in third. Caspita fourth. Rhodes fifth. Number one Finn Fan is possibly going to finish sixth with GK Phantom seventh, but the battle right now is in the 7th, 8th, and 9th area here right now between the drivers. Number one Finn Fan is finished sixth. Where is Phantom? Phantom should be coming across the line. Chandler tries to defend on the inside. Here goes Meanford. Canada King yeets it around the corner. Meanford around the outside. Here he goes. Meanford gets a 3-second.
He's going to get another 3-second time penalty.
Canada King makes it stick. Ferd spins. But Canada King, is he going to make it stick on Chandler? And across the line, Canada King beats out Chandler. But Chandler had less time penalties. Chandler's going to bring in an 8th. Meanford in 10th. Cam Newton 11th. What a battle these drivers had. Cam Newton's going to finish 9th. Wow, what an amazing finish for him. I mean, what are your thoughts on that sprint race?
I did not expect that much battling from the mid and backpack. That's what I can say, but lots of battling all around. Good race to all the drivers.
Very good
aggressive
race.
Contact, but for the most part, very clean racing. It was well done for both the sprint day and the feature.
The winner of the sprint race is Ferrari 94, with Sparky finishing second, Taylor Clan third, Caspita fourth, SF1 Rhodes fifth, Finn Fan sixth, Phantom seventh, Chandler eighth, Ham Newton ninth. Canada King still gets 10th place, moves up from his 13th. Meanfern 11th, Deer Hunter 12th, and Webster is 13th. Those two drivers DNFing. What a shame for them. As we go through, we're going to drop back down to finish results as we have result weekend. There we have it. We have Ferrari not finishing overall, with BRL Sparky second overall finishing. What an amazing performance he had, and Chandler Seta finishing third. So we are definitely going to try to have to get these drivers into the booth to do the interview here. Sparky's going to be a little bit interesting due to the fact that he has to type. So I'm going to send him the message via Discord, and we're going to get the two drivers in here when we exit back into the lobby. Rethel, would you mind helping me get some of these drivers into the lobby as I type up questions for BRL Sparky?
Ferrari Nut, Sparky, and who else am I inviting here?
Chandler Seta. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting for everything to finish up here. I've just asked a few finishing questions for BRL Sparky. I'm waiting for him to type that out to give you the answer to that. Let's see who we have in here. We do have Sparky in here, even though he is on doesn't have a mic. Where is, as Ferrari Nut has entered, please, Ferrari Nut, please check the box to include your audio. And then where is
Checked, boy.
Thank you.
I'm not sure where Chandler ran. He's not in the game session.
He's
I don't
in
know
the
if he
other
had to
party.
go.
Let me see if I can get him in here.
Oh, I have
All
on my
right.
thing.
He appears. His stuff's kind of weird.
Welcome, Chandler. Can you please check the box to include your audio? So I'm going to let Wrathful take it away with our third place finisher, Chandler Seda.
Chandler, what a race between both the sprint and the feature, but the sprint clearly didn't go the way you kind of wanted. You want to kind of walk us through what happened with that one there?
Yeah, I just broke too late. Last chicane into the side of Ferrari, kind of spun, broke my wing, and then I'm just in the back. I was a bit into the points, and then I spun, and then I made my way up, got to Fern, and something happened. More wing gone, and then I got to again, and then we start battling. More wing gone. And that was just me desperate to try and get points, but also try and just make it interesting, because at that point it was for 1 point. There was no point. Just getting through it and just being that it, because there was no one else to catch. So I was just trying to make it interesting for myself, and we just ended up with that interesting battle at the end.
Yeah, I would have to say so. It was quite an interesting battle between the three of you there at the last two laps of the backpack of the sprint race there. At least there was something interesting even amongst all the broken wings and all the other unlucky stuff that had happened to you guys during the race. But it was good to see that you had a good race at the end, so glad to see you here in third and gather more points for the Drivers' Championship.
Yep.
Due to the fact that Sparky cannot be here with us via voice, I did ask him the questions prior, like I told the viewers. He said the feature race went horribly with the safety car. He used a different word. And my softs pooped at the last lap through 180R. And it was a shame. We were really predicting you to have a very strong finish in the feature race due to the fact that you did start on medium. It's the only driver to start on medium. Your sprint race, was an absolute fun and fair battle with Ferrari and Deere. Sparky, you were battling it out. We wanted to really see you, when we saw you race against Deer Hunter and you guys were side by side, and Deere kind of locked it up and spun just a hair, and then kind of probably threw Ferrari Nut off guard a little bit. But it was awesome to see you battle out with Ferrari Nut there too as well. And I just want to say congratulations on second place, and to our overall finisher of the weekend and the winner of the feature and the sprint race, Mr. Ferrari Nut. Wrathful, do you have a question for him?
Did you know that people were just going to slide off the track, or did you know you were going to have to battle your whole way through the pack every race? Because it seemed like quite a few overtakes were done there.
Well, the second race, I was figuring it would be a bit of a bumper car fest, and it didn't disappoint, but it wasn't that way at the start of the race, really. As far as the feature race goes, qualified horribly compared to where I should have been, in 6th place, and I just caught the safety car exactly right. I looked up, saw it said safety car deployed, not VSC, and then I saw all 3 of the guys in front of me just stay out. Deere veered off at the last second, and I just bit the bullet and said, "Here we go." Unfortunately, on the first lap of that race, I did send it a little bit up the inside of FinFan at the spoon curve, and we both ran wide. Although I kind of returned the favor, got my mea culpa out of the way on the safety car restart, letting him by when he got a run. Good battle with him. He definitely gets some props from me tonight. He didn't get the finishes he maybe should have there, but the guy's definitely a wheel man.
Some end at the end of the sprint, but definitely had the pace to hold on to you throughout the weekend here. So good on him for giving you a good battle.
Yeah, that was pretty fun between the two of us, argy bargy notwithstanding. But the sprint race, it was pretty calm the opening lap or so. And then coming out of the hairpin, Ham just could not get the power down to save his life. He twitched maybe 2 or 3 times on the exit, and I just got a huge run on him and got up his right-hand side, and then going into the spoon curve, he just washed out into the side of me, I think. I thought I chopped him off a bit, but apparently he just washed out into me. So I hate to see that for him, especially considering what happened immediately afterwards. Which more or less ruined his race.
What happened exactly, or what kind of contact happened, or what happened. It seemed like a weird way to go. Well, that kind of looked like contact the way he kind of lost it, but it's that spoon. The curbs are kind of a weird corner there, so.
I thought I was immediately just like mortified. I thought I chopped across his nose and spun him out there, but he was like, no, I ran into you. So,
So there you go.
Made things interesting. And then, as you mentioned, bit of a pucker moment when Deer Hunter spun directly in front of me. Just basically had to wait for him to slide off the track at the first corner. And then Sparky gave me a run for my money. I thought he might be able to get me back the lap after I passed him, but he didn't quite get close enough.
I was hoping he would. I was kind of cheering for Spark after the safety car issues of the first race. So, because I think would have had you guys on the other race without the safety car, so it was definitely a mix-up.
Maybe not. You never know.
Yep.
But
I'd like
definitely a wild night. And before you do that, welcome to my house.
Well, you never know, because there may be a steward report. I don't know. We'll have to see if FinFan says it. If he does, we'll definitely have to do interviews.
We hashed it out.
Okay.
We hashed it out already, and he got an additional. He got 3 more warnings after that. So the warning he got from that didn't really affect his end result at all. And I kind of paid him back a bit on the restart, giving him the position when he got the run.
Yes. But I just want to say, just so we can cut the stream short here, congratulations to Ferrari not winning the overall feature of the race, the overall weekend. Congratulations on first place and bringing your championship battle closer and tighter to Ham Newton, who was originally leading it to 31 points going into Japan here. Congratulations to BRL Sparky, my number 1 favorite driver in F2. Coming in second, Chandler Seta coming in 3. I am your host, BRL Exia 1984, with Mr. Wrathful in the booth. We'd like to say thank you and have